Hi, my name is Tessa Nicolaides, and I'm going to be sharing with you a nonfiction piece titled Air, and it's in memory of my brother-in-law, Steve. My nephew Maxwell runs with his legs pointed in and wood chips spray with each step. If he doesn't keep up his speed, he will topple over. He throws his arms out wide, letting the crisp air coat them. I notice his cheeks are rosy as he tilts his head back to let out a long, deep howl. He stops and spins around, laughing harder each time he faces me again, seeing my blurry image sitting on the park bench. Then he tumbles over, and as he lies on the ground, he lets out one last bursting breath. I cry. We sit in the waiting room surrounded by dollhouses and fire trucks, a space laced with Smarties wrappers and Doc McStuffin stickers, and I cry. Because of his form of leukemia, my brother-in-law Steve is one of the oldest patients at Primary Children's Hospital. He doubles most of the other people in age, and now his body looks even older, like it decided to try and fill the role of the eldest. My sister's visiting badge says parent under name because the word wife has no purpose here. And after today, the word wife could lose its purpose for my sister altogether. I focus on the doors lined with parents' sleeping room and notice how they all say in use. I think about the moms and dads that sleep there every night, the people that now consider it home. I wonder if they lay awake staring at the ceilings, trying to rub the paint on their children's faces out of their eyes. Or maybe they dream of their kid covered in sand at the park. Or perhaps they cry themselves to sleep, letting their tears coat a familiar pillow. I blink, trying to force the tears away, hoping to forget how his skin looked like a latex glove, squeezing his bones and organs out. Trying to forget how the bleached white hospital sheets had more color than him. Beep. Steve takes a breath that sounds like air seeping through the crack of a window. Beep. The nurse shoves a long tube down his throat, pulling green liquid back up. Beep. I look at my sister as tears settle on the tips of her eyelashes. Beep. I leave the room and Steve's sister Lauren meets me in the hallway. Her pregnant belly gets in the way as we hug, making it so my head crashes into her neck. I love you like my own family, you know that, right? I nod and notice her tears seeping into my gray sweatshirt. I look at her puffy, blotchy face and I'm afraid she may burst. I don't know much about her because we were only related through Steve marrying my sister, but her hug is tight like she meant the comment. He will live. He will make it. She doesn't say this to me, but like she's trying to convince herself. Her voice rises, getting higher at the end of the word live, like she asked a question. She doesn't cry anymore. She talks about her brother Steve that survived cancer five years ago but never got better. Her brother that needs a machine to force his 28-year-old lungs to breathe. Her brother that would leave my 28-year-old sister a widow. Her brother that would drag his oxygen tank up the basement stairs without being asked to talk to me about my bad day. Her brother whose skin is so tight that it leaves no space for his bones. She talks about her brother but doesn't cry. I cry. The sun starts to set over the park and Maxwell runs to me. I pick him up as his chest rises and falls. He laughs, delaying each short inhale of air. He focuses on the sun grazing the mountaintops, and as his giant golden brown eyes melt into Steve's blue ones, I whisper, "Just breathe," into his ear, and I realize in the moment I'm not saying it to him. I think of Steve lying in the same hospital bed he got put in 3 days ago. I think of all the people huddled around him. And as Maxwell's breathing slows down, I realize not much separates Max from Steve, or from me and Steve. Not much separates the living from the dying, just a few breaths. Thank you.